It's 2022 National Signing Day for Division II football. Jake Levy here for the Grand Valley Sports Network, joined by head football coach Matt Mitchell. Coach, a lot of excitement today. Over 30 brand new Lakers. Tell us about the excitement for you and your staff with adding a whole new class today.
Excited. I want to give a lot of thanks to not only my coaching staff, but a lot of people in Grand Valley Athletics, that really kind of helped throughout the course of this process. I think one big key for us is we have our entire coaching staff. It's intact. There has been changes in our assistant coaches. So when you have that type of continuity from start to finish in the recruiting process, I think it allows you to not lose anybody late if some people kind of come in late. It allows you to build those relationships because the primary point person for most of the recruits is our assistant coaches, and so that continuity has really helped us finish off this class.
Without going into too much detail and specifics, kind of describe this class for our viewers and what can we expect out of these newcomers?
Sure, very deep on offense, by design, intentionally. I've always told my staff that when you have offensive linemen that can help us win a championship that are available in the 4 states we recruit, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, and Ohio, we're going to take them. We found a lot of good guys. Found 11 recruits at that position, and so I think one trend that we're seeing is that the transfer portal. You're seeing more skilled athletes in the transfer portal than necessarily O linemen. The numbers are supporting that. I think it's very difficult to pick up a transfer O lineman that could be impactful. I think that's a position where you recruit, you grow, you develop them, and so when we want to have an opportunity to get those guys out of high school, we want to try to get those guys out of high school. We also have a great class of receivers, paired with, I think, one of the best quarterbacks in the Midwest that did have some FCS opportunities that we're able to recruit. And so it's a really good combination offense with some guys up front that can get the job done, running the ball and protecting the quarterback, and a group of receivers on the outside and a quarterback that can deliver to them.
You mentioned the transfer portal. This is a unique year as well, coming off COVID. There are basically 3 groups of freshmen. So as these guys come in, what are you looking for out of these guys? Obviously some are going to have to wait their turn a little longer than some others.
Yeah, I think what we told all the guys is that everything at Grand Valley's earned, nothing's given, but they will have the opportunity. They will have opportunities to go out and play. And we had two freshmen last year that played. Daryl Johnson, who was an early enrollee from Belleville, he played and had an impact if you watch Laker football. Did a really good job, and another receiver played a little bit as a freshman too. And so it's not out of the realm of possibility. And I don't want guys to get into the mindset, they're told in recruiting that they're just going to redshirt. I think that creates a lot of complacency. I don't think that keeps them on attack mode, hungry, trying to grow and be the best they can be. So they're all going to come into fall camp, and they're going to get opportunities. They're going to get reps. And, if they find themselves earning the right to be in the 2 deep and potentially playing, then we're going to do what's best for Grand Valley football. I've always said, we're going to play the guys that earn the right to play. I don't care if you're a senior, a true freshman, you're from Michigan, out of state of Michigan, a transfer, a kid recruited out of high school. You're going to earn the right to play, and you are what you put on tape. And so when you have that type of attitude and culture within the football program, and people don't just assume they're being redshirted, or as seniors just assume I'm going to play because I'm a senior, I think that leads to a lot of competition and puts our team in the best chance to compete for championships.
Obviously looking for talent when you recruit football players, but we've mentioned it. Nobody transferred out of Grand Valley State to play football at another college institution after this past season. Mm-hmm. So you're obviously looking for a particular type of person as well. Tell us about the people that you recruit at Grand Valley State.
Really critical. We talk a lot about the TNTs, the things that kind of take no talent. A lot of those intrinsic characteristics that lead to championships and fit this university and athletic department. It's challenging here academically. It's not a school that if you just want to be eligible to play football that you can succeed at. And we understand that. We're proud of our graduation rates, our academic success rates. We're proud of the fact that guys get degrees from Grand Valley State. So we have to find, first of all, individuals where education is an important part of their experience and recruit to those, and also try to find high character people. We've led the nation in attendance the past 8 years, and a lot of our best players are recognizable in this community. And with that comes a responsibility for how they represent themselves primarily, but secondarily our team, our athletic department, our university. And, I really hold our guys to high standards in regards to that and want to try to recruit really high character men on the front end of it. And I think if you're talking to anybody in West Michigan, our players have represented themselves extremely well in this community. And we have not had really any legal issues at all with any of our players here on this campus or in Allendale or West Michigan. I think some of that starts with the recruiting process, trying to find the right type of people that fit this community, fit this educational experience, and also have championship work ethic, championship goals.
Really appreciate that candid response. This is an exciting week for you guys as well. Not only signing day, but conditioning for the 2022 season begins this week as well. Spring ball is right around the corner. Tell our fans and our viewers what's next for Grand Valley State football here as we move forward in the spring.
Sure, we're excited. We're getting back to work. We got a lot of guys back from last year's team. Lifting 4 days a week, making some sacrifices at 6 a.m. to come in and do some difficult stuff in the Kelly family. So that's the month of February. As a staff, we're really digging in on our cut-ups from the previous season, taking a deep dive dive and looking at the things that we could be better at. There's some things in regards to, our third downs down the stretch we weren't great at. Turned the ball over some in some critical ball games. Defensively, we were really lead on third down and really, really good top 25 in scoring defense and also total defense, but we weren't as good as we could be in red zone, and we didn't create a lot of sacks. And so those little details, Jake, of trying to dig in on the tape and the cut-ups that when you get out of the season, sometimes you can kind of focus in as a coaching staff and spend a lot of time on those cut-ups. So it's a balance of our current players, the development with them in all areas of their life right now, taking a look at our cut-ups, and then we're also starting to get a jump start in the class of 2023. The process for the next year class is starting to go on. So we'll spend a solid month of February just right down here in this building getting to work, and then we have spring break, and I'm really excited about spring practice. Last couple seasons we have not had traditional spring practices. It has been two years, really coming up on 3 years since the traditional spring practice, and so getting back to that, I think is going to be really, really critical with our players, and really setting a lot of these guys up. And we had a great freshman class that redshirted, and they'll get a lot of opportunities to earn their stripes and earn the ability to play throughout the course of spring, and that just catapults us into the summer months. And then, we got a tough schedule. I know it's been released. Great schedule, great home game. I know season tickets are starting to scale with that, but I'm looking at the first game, College School of Mines, a Final Four participant on Thursday, September 1st. I know that Lubbers will be rocking, and our goal is to try to prepare our team for that moment.
A lot of excitement in the near and not so distant future as well. Congrats on a great signing class, Coach. We're looking forward to talking to you all spring and through the summer as well, and best of luck going forward.
Okay, thank you.
Don't forget, this was National Signing Day. You can go to GVSULakers.com or go to @GVSU Football on social media for all the info, not only on signing day, but also on how you can get those season tickets and the 2022 fall schedule.